there is a misconception in the Western world, particularly with the use of a particular word. You will find that when this word is used, it often has two interpretations. One of the interpretations has been a Latin-derived word meaning the word black, which was later taken by the white supremacists to a twisted, slavery derogatory and demeaning term towards dehumanizing and demoralizing the experience of a black man to the point where he had no grounds to stand on his own without being in cuffs, without being chained to this word, which was created by white America. And then you have the other interpretation of the word, which black people actually use as a collective within the arts industry, within communities, to address another person, also derived from the Latin, or should I say the Spanish word, which has been translated to mean black. Ultimately, both of these words both refer to a black man, and the real question is, how much do we give this word any more value in hip hop, in America, in arts, in communities, knowing that we are actually in competition with this word, with the white people who use it secretly and publicly to bring down the black man to a status beyond the dirt, to bring the black man to a level where perhaps he is no longer aware of his own word, and perhaps doesn't even know his own name outside of that. And ultimately, the main issue that you will find is this word can cause damage towards black professionals who perhaps are working day in and night to pursue education and to remove the stereotypes and the negativity that the white people have dumped on the black community in order to rise our people above the barriers of poverty and the barriers of feeling like we are in chains and that we must feel entitled to a portion of what white people have to offer. The word could never be substituted for as long as this word is also used by whites against blacks, but also by blacks against other blacks. The sad reality is you will never find a middle ground for the appropriate use of this word, because for the most part it has never had an appropriate use. This word has brought many black people into a state of psychological despair. This word has actually taken out many black people in their own competition. You have black people in the media, in the arts, who instead of collaborating, use this word and weaponize it against each other. And the only real problem you will find when you're running into such a situation where there is no longer an ethical use for a word, there is no historical significance, and there is no value that it adds towards the black community, you will realize that this is something that needs to be addressed and perhaps spoken about more amongst black people. Because there will never be a time ever in history where white people will ever have the opportunity to speak, to discuss, to involve themselves within the politics of our society, for as long as they have alienated us towards the rights of 3/5 of a human being. And the sad reality, when you face such a situation where nobody knows how to provide direction, is this word keeps our people stuck, knowing that on a deeper level of thinking, Black people know that when this word is being used, that they are very well aware of the fact that this word has been used covertly towards bringing down the Black community and the Black structure, and can actually even be used to weaponize from one Black person to another. So we can't really address whether this has any proper usage, for as long as Black professionals, you will see, have refused to use the word, for as long as white supremacists have actually attempted to use the word in order to collect the Black masses and crumble any hopes of moving forward beyond that status which he himself has tried his best to teach the world that we are represented to. And my thing, for as long as you bring yourself to the realization that the word does not have any significance, and is nothing more than a weapon or a tool, there really needs to be had a further discussion to make sure that none of these situations could ever bring about a level of dissatisfaction, just so everybody is aware, because there will never in life be a situation where Black people will feel the need to compromise for white living. And this is the issue that you will find many of our people facing, because there will never ever lie the opportunity to bring your own life to a sense of respect. And that word alone cannot be respected amongst our own people. That word alone is incapable of providing any value towards the cause and towards the appropriation and the purpose, along with the mission that Black people have within this economy and this community, in order to bring a effective solution and to work towards solving any inner circle problems or worldly problems, just to bring a better sense of gratitude and perhaps appreciation towards our people. So to the point where we can actually understand how to communicate effectively. You'll find that perhaps that word will be less used, and as a result of being less used, will perhaps bring down the levels of poverty, the degrading, and perhaps even uplift the civil nature and the respect that we have for our people, so that when white people come to our community and try to tell us who we are and what we are and when we are, we can actually develop our own voice. You will actually find through history that African Americans are not the only people who have been oppressed by white people. Many parts of Africa have been oppressed, and even the Caribbean were oppressed, and perhaps even till this day are still oppressed by white power structures. And one thing you'll find about how these Black people or these African people received their independence was their immediate refusal to acknowledge the white influence on their own culture, for the same reason that white people refuse the influence of Black people on their culture. And the refusal comes down to a state of actually acknowledging the importance of developing a culture and a fight within our own. There certainly was no way the African countries could drive the white people who were oppressing them at the time out without gaining a sense of understanding that there would have to be a challenge pressed towards the white people. And you will find this, and perhaps white people should know this, that many Africans who come to America will refuse your stereotypical racist doctrine. It is only the American black man who, for some reason, feels the need to confide to it. So, for as long as that level of thinking exists, and for as long as you will never run into an African who will tolerate your whiteness within his part of the world, you will find that you can learn a lot from the African by the way he drives out the white man, by the way he resists the white man's illegal and invasive behavior. Once you learn from his experience, or perhaps even the experience of many other black people around the world who have also been facing oppression, and within the American community, there will truly be an opportunity to change. There will be an opportunity to turn around everything that has ever brought down the culture, the community, and that is the main way you will understand how it transpires. You will always remember that there's always a loophole for everybody's way of thinking. The white man is not a deity, okay? He cannot fly, he cannot ascend to the clouds, certainly not without building his technology, which actually disrupts the cycle of the planet as we speak. There is no way the white people could ever achieve anything they've ever had without causing damage towards black people as a collective, but not only black people, without causing damage to the planet and without infiltrating their nastiness towards the American societies as a whole, to the point where black people are no longer feeling the hope or the peace in being black that was once upon a time installed to us through the culture that we cultivated within the black community. And it is our responsibility now to keep the culture within the black community. And if any racist white man wants to come through and bring down our people from the inside, let him know that he's going to have to come with his strongest force possible, because he would never see the day that we will witness the mass brutality of slavery and oppression and being degraded within a society, when we know that we came here with a purpose to serve our families, a purpose to move forward. And for as long as you let white people know this, rather than smiling in their face and being so friendly about their casual racism, you let them know that when you walk on those streets, you are walking on those streets as a black man. You let them know that when you speak to them, you are speaking to them as a black man with no fabricated reality, but you hold him to a conscious level responsible for that history and for the prolonged consequences that history has had on our people. And this is the main issue that you will find that you need to address.